in the Midwest have a hard time giving up their cars. However, here in Omaha, some are trading in their four wheels for two.
Electric bikes are gaining in popularity, and a local nonprofit now wants to expand this method of transportation. Our Johan Marin explains.
As the warmer weather approaches us, what's your next method of transportation? A car, a bus, or an electric bike?
Just like you and I will drive our cars to get somewhere, people are now riding an e-bike to get to where they're going.
Heartland Bike Share has been setting up bike stations all across Omaha since 2011.
Of course, back then, the only thing available were the classic bikes, just your normal pedal bike. But in 2019, we deployed about 20 e-bikes.
That's when the number of rider trips exploded, jumping from roughly 15,000 to more than 60,000 in just 4 years. Benny Foltz says they've been expanding ever since. The group now has 500 bikes and hopes the city who they partner with will help them get more.
The most recent purchase, now we're getting 100 more e-bikes as well.
They were initially intended for recreational use, but more riders are using bike sharing as public transportation.
But only 5% of those trips were on the classic bikes.
Now the goal of the nonprofit is to have as many e-bikes available to the public as possible. On your side, Johan Marin, 6 News.
On Tuesday, the city will decide whether to approve more e-bikes. If approved, it will add more bikes to e-bike stations all around Omaha, and the nonprofit plans to make a new announcement on its expansion in April.